Hey yo, what is up everybody? It's your boy Dice, aka Dice. I'm back at it again with another banger of a video. We got Godzilla today. We got an update on the Godzilla series and lore, so without further ado, let's get it, let's go. Now, of course, I'm obviously a huge Godzilla fan. You mean I am a colossal Godzilla fan. Having been a huge fan of both Shin Godzilla and Minus One, and someone who really liked the Southeast Asia trailer, I'm really stoked and really hyped to see not only what the MonsterVerse does with Godzilla, but also what Toho does with them. Now, we had Shin Godzilla and then Godzilla Minus One. I'm a big fan of both, and now we might be getting sequels to both, as of course both films ended in an open-ended kind of way. Both being distinct, unique takes on the King of the Monsters, aka Gojira, Godzilla. Minus One stands at 164 feet tall, but Shin Godzilla, on the other hand, actually stands at 389 feet, meaning that when he's in his fourth form, he is, in fact, the largest Godzilla to date when his movie came out. When the Shin Godzilla film came out, this was the largest Godzilla in live action. Strictly talking about live action incarnations. As yes, Godzilla Earth was much larger, but that was the anime version of Godzilla. So Shin Godzilla was bigger than Legendary Godzilla at 389 feet until Legendary caught up when Godzilla became his evolved form in GXK. Shin Godzilla is a living mutation. He lives in agony, and he's radioactive, shooting his photon rays, his atomic breath beams, from his mouth, the tip of his tail, and also from between the dorsal spikes, the dorsal plates on his back. These are laser-like energy beams that are superheated, concentrated beams of radioactive energy. Shin Godzilla has a membrane, a protective membrane that covers his eyes, shielding him from the extreme heat as he spews out a bunch of radioactive flame. The fire then condenses into a superheated single laser-like beam of atomic breath, though he can also shoot these supercharged beams from the tip of his tail in between the dorsal spikes on his back. Shin Godzilla has a life cycle where he evolves into multiple forms, though his fourth form is the one most recognizable as Gojira / Godzilla. Shin continuously evolves, becoming stronger and stronger. If something does even manage to hurt him, he evolves to counteract it so that the same thing can't hurt him twice. He was evolving into humanoid Godzilla creatures. He was going to have an army of humanoid Godzillas, but was inevitably defeated. Minus One is another version from Toho, being of course the other recent Japanese Godzilla standing at 164 feet tall. Minus One is the villain of the series. He's an antagonist similar to Shin Godzilla, although he interacts more up close and personal with the humans, as he is smaller, still huge, still a giant kaiju, still massive, but he isn't nearly as big as Legendary or Shin Godzilla. He's a more up close and personal Goji, similar to GMK or Godzilla 2000. His atomic breath is blue, like the classic Godzilla atomic breath, although this version is one of the most powerful versions of the atomic breath, as it creates a shockwave explosion similar to a nuke, almost something like a hydrogen bomb upon impact, blowing away everything around it, multiple city blocks. This specific version of the atomic breath is known as Godzilla's radiation heat ray. I'm a really huge fan of Shin Godzilla. I really love that movie and all, but I feel like Minus One actually did Godzilla more justice. It was actually just as good or better, in my opinion, than Shin Godzilla and what the MonsterVerse has going on right now. I love when they make Godzilla the antagonist or the protagonist. I love when he's the defender of the earth, but also when he's the villain of the story, depending on the specific incarnation. Godzilla is the antagonist, similar to the 54 version in Shin and Minus One. Now, the 70th anniversary Southeast Asia Godzilla is possibly a teaser of the new version of Godzilla after Minus One, or it could just be, a teaser to get fans hyped, either or. But I am feeling the redesign. I fuck with the redesign heavy. I feel like it closely resembles Minus One, but it's also badass and new in the green hue, the green glow of his spikes, his dorsal plates, as they extract up in the air and retract back into his back as he shoots his atomic breath. This is also super dope in my opinion. Now, I hope they do a sequel to Shin Godzilla, and I can't wait to see the sequel to -1. Toho plans to make a cinematic universe of Godzilla. Anyways, been your boy Dyson, and I'm outie.